Seen in the mixed relay. Italy desperately trying to close down. De Lorenzi had problems with the shooting, but he's limited the gap to just under 40 seconds. Good work from him. A medal still very much a possibility for Finland. Marcus Vindish, 21st in the World Cup standings. Doesn't have the best shooting record on the tour this year, Vindish, but maybe he'll rise to the occasion. Russia have lots of work to do, still that minute behind. They've been hovering between 57 seconds and the 1 minute marker. They've overtaken China to move up into 6th. But Russia will not be happy with the way things are going at the moment. Norway on their way in, and it's Ole Einar Bjorndalen who this time has a massive task. How deep is he going to dig this time to get Norway back up around the medals? Well, he's over a minute behind the leaders. He's over a minute behind bronze medal position. That is the problem for Norway. So Bjorndalen has got to be on sensational form. He's got to close some 30 seconds on each 2.5 kilometer loop. Surely even he can't do that. The top 11 teams are all through the third exchange on the mixed relay here in Pyeong Chang at the Biathlon World Championships, and a slightly unusual order. France, Sweden, Germany are the top 3 teams, but do remember France took the silver medal in Antolz 2 years ago. Sweden took the gold, and that had Norway down in 3rd position. There's still a possibility that that might be the very same order as we have at the end of today. Germany, the reigning champions, are in bronze medal position at the moment. Russia are all the way down in 6th, and the silver medalists from last year in Östersund, Belarus, are down in 8th, some 1 minute 52 seconds off the pace, and they've only just gone through the exchange with 1 leg still to race. Nice skiing from Forcada at the front. He sets the pace. Carl-Johan Bergman, big, tall, bald, but very, very powerful athlete indeed. Mickey Grice at the back. Now, what will Grice's tactics be? Will he try and impose his authority on the leading 2? Will he try and unnerve them by moving ahead? Not as yet. Just being patient. I think he's certainly got the strength to go through. Forcada, I don't think he'll be able to believe the situation that he's found himself in. Leading the way in the mixed relay. He's got to be careful because Finland are not so far behind. Still just 15 seconds, and Timo Anttila has got to produce the race of his season if he wants to bring Finland home in a medal position. Well, I think the way things are going and the quality of athletes we have out there, Finland are not going to ski themselves to victory. They've got to shoot themselves to victory. And the chances of one of these leading 3 teams making mistakes or even freezing on the firing point is certainly significant. Unlikely to happen in the prone. It's the last standing shoot where the nerves can get the better of you. Most famously, that happened to Raphael Poiré in Oberhof, his most successful ever World Championships. Lots of records being set here this week. Bjorndalen now the only man to have won world titles in all the disciplines: the relay, the individual, the sprint, the pursuit, and of course the mass start. And it was the individual victory that brought him that record. Raphael Poiré, the only man who's won in 3 disciplines. Everyone else, the likes of Fischer, has won in 2. Slightly surprised to read that. So France going in lane 1, Bergman for Sweden in 2, Mickey Grice in lane 3. Their records so far this year: Mickey Grice 90% in the prone, Forcada 81% in the prone, and Sweden's Bergman 89. So on that information, it should be Grice and Bergman, but Grice has thrown his second shot wide. Oh, fantastic shooting from Simon Forcada, and he is matched by Carl-Johan Bergman. Now, Mickey Grice must get this down. It's not been a quick reload from the German, and the work done by Pfeiffer on the last leg has been thrown away. The margin is going to be up around 9-10 seconds, and now Grice has no choice but to ski hard to get back in contact before the final shoot of the mixed relay. Things starting to fall apart for Timo Anttila. Medal hopes are disappearing over the horizon, and there's a chance for Russia to come through if Shudov can rattle these 5 down. He's taking his time to prepare, but once he gets going, I think he'll be reasonably quick. Bad mistakes from Vindish of Italy, skiing too hard. A mistake from Russia. Now, Uliana Bjorndalen has settled. He was 1 minute, 18 seconds off the leaders. Rare miss from Bjorndalen, has no choice but to rush it. Russia are going to come out in 5th. Bjorndalen's breathing hard. He's certainly skiing well now. 1 minute 15. I don't think he's done much to close down on the leaders, and that one missed target has proved very, very costly indeed. The shooting record needs to be good. I can tell you that Sweden have only used 1 spare round all the way through the race so far. That is with 35 of the 40 targets hit. So an excellent record, and they deserve a medal on that information alone. France have used 4. The Germans have required 7, but they haven't done any penalty loops, and the Finns the second best shooting record so far today with just 2 targets. In fact, they missed again with Timo Anttila, so they've missed a couple more now. They've moved up to 4 misses, but Sweden's quite remarkable with only 1 spare round required, so only 10 seconds thrown away. But still, it is France who lead. Simon Forcada. They're taking it easy at the front, and Germany are starting to close again. The third man has been lapped. Just trying to pick out which of the teams. Looks like Team 18, which is Kazakhstan. That's the Kazakhstan colours as well, so we'll confirm that, but some way to go. Career at the back of the field as well. Munjo, Lee and Jun really just here for experience. They'll have enjoyed competing on home snow. So nervous moments for all the teams, but particularly the 2 leaders, France and Sweden, who haven't been more than 5 meters apart for the last 35 minutes. It's been an astonishing run. Great shooting from Sylvie Bacard for France to get them up into the lead. Olofsson did exceptionally well in the standing position. That's where she's been a little bit shaky when under pressure this year. David Ekholm was outstanding on the 3rd leg for Sweden to keep them up there with the French, and they've held and they've held and they've held. But Germany are getting closer and closer and closer, and it's Mickey Grice who's come through. Bjorndalen started 1:15. He is only 5 seconds closer, but he's getting closer to the top 3 as the gap between Germany and Finland has grown now to 48 seconds. So Norway, I think, will be thinking realistically in terms of finishing 4th, which still is not good enough by their own standards. But their history in relays is not good. They last won a women's relay back in 2004. That was in Oberhof with when Liv Greta Poiré was on such wonderful form. Oh, and the lead is going to change. And a burst coming in from Mickey Grice. Can he get past Forcada? I'm not sure he can. I'm not sure he can. He put in a huge burst to go past Carl-Johan Bergman. Is he now paying the price? It's a cruel hill. Many of the athletes saying they've never, ever seen courses like this. The uphills are so steep, the downhills are so fast, and of course the snow conditions somewhat unusual, particularly after the affairs of the Friday prior to racing. +16, heavy rain, strong winds of 40 kilometers an hour, and all the fresh snow they had vanished overnight. Just what you don't want if you're in charge of the organisation. But I think it's worth saying again, they got 600 volunteers in the space of an hour to come in and transport all the snow from the hangar that they'd stored it in to lay it out and have the track prepared for the next morning. They did a brilliant job. I know the downhills were difficult and technical, but you have to give the Koreans credit for what they achieved in one night. So the crunch moment in the mixed relay. The top three teams are separated by just 2 ski lengths. It's Germany now ahead of Sweden, and France have gone from first to third, but it doesn't matter. This is all about the strength of mind. They all know what's at stake here. One miss could mean that the gold is turned into bronze, or maybe even worse. Anyone who misses twice is going to have to ski like a whippet if they're going to get themselves back in contention. I think of these three, Mickey Grice is the only man who's strong enough to make up for missed targets. But he's already gained ground on the first loop. He's had to work hard to pull back time on the second loop. He was 14 seconds behind, so he's gained 14 seconds on the last loop. Can he do it a third time of asking? Well, when there's a gold medal at the end, maybe he can. Big moment for Foucault, the biggest of his career so far. Who's first to strike? It's the French. Karl-Johan Bergman working from left to right, throws one wide. All three have thrown one wide now. Mickey Grice is rushing, paying the price for skiing too hard. 2 misses for France, Sweden and Germany, and this is good news for the chasing teams. America just going out there a lap behind. Don't worry too much about them. 2 targets left for Germany, and they've missed 3, so it's advantage France. Bergman gets away as well. Now Mickey Grice is under real pressure. He has to get this last target. Remember, he took 14 seconds off the leading teams on the last loop. He's going to have to do it again, but he needs the last target first. He's got it. The race is on. The gold medal is not decided quite yet. Watch the grimace on his face. He will work as hard as anyone out there. But the question is, what have Foucault and Bergman say for the last loop? They're both good. Are they good enough to hold off Germany, the defending champions? Norway looking for 4th. I think that's the best they can hope for now in a good battle with Finland and Russia. Bjorndalen forced mistakes because of the way he's had to ski over the last 2.5 kilometers. Huge respect to Bjorndalen for entering today's race, but he wants medals just like anyone else, and he has to